What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. We get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bells on all. And let's get ready for this intro. That old school intro just hits different, right? Welcome back to the collective clips. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Put your notification bell on all. We highly appreciate you right here. I'm very, very humbled by all your support. Who the fuck is Thuglife Kulio? You're standing most unknown, living in the thug life pair. This Volta took two different rappers and just put their names together, and voila, there you go. Oakland hitter. He's a rapper, right? He took Kulio's name and Tupac's Thug Life, and what do you get? A guy with a Cantinflas mustache. Yes. Kulio, right? Thuglife Kulio is a rapper from Oakland. Not a very well-known rapper. Not at all. Okay, he's not too short. He's not Tupac. He's not Richie Rich. What he is a Mexicano with the attitude of a killer, right? This guy claims he hasn't learned his lesson. People don't learn their lessons. They think social media is a playground to play. Okay, no one playing in social media. You come on here, you say something, people clip it. It's in a video, whether you delete it or not, forever. This man actually went onto a podcast and claimed to have been involved or alleged to have been involved in 19 unalivings, 19 bodies. He's wearing those proudly on his sleeve. I got 19 of them. Okay, I've seen people talk about, yeah, I've been shot before. Man, that's me, right? I've seen people talk about they've been beat up from the feet up. I seen one time where a guy said he was in a food eating contest and he threw up all over the place. I believe him, right? But 19 pegadas and bodies and killings, oh my, right? I don't know what this guy's been involved in, but how stupid do you have to be knowing, or I don't know if he's knowing if he's laced up, right, to know that there is no statute of limitations on murder in the state of California. Meaning if you did something in 1983, that hit your ass in 2023, right? 2 years ago. It's ugly. But these guys want clout so bad. It's an addicted drug. I thought meth was addictive. I thought Yeska was it. Nah, that ain't got nothing on social media, right? People want to say anything outlandish and crazy to get attention. And this guy going on a podcast saying that he's been involved in 19 hits, right? Basically murder for hires, talking about like, you know, hey, man, I'm that number one hitter out here in Oakland. Let me tell you about Oakland. First of all, Oakland is dangerous. So when I first heard it, I was like, maybe so. There's a possibility and a chance because Oakland is different from any place in the world. Okay, now you got countries, of course. I don't want to get into the arguments, right? You got countries where, yeah, this is 19 in a day is nothing, right? But when it comes to the state of California, Oakland is a dangerous situation. I was in Oakland a few months back, and I'm not going to lie, I got dropped off downtown and wanted to get picked back up immediately. I went and hid out by a hospital waiting on an Uber. I was looking behind the bushes like, these brothers out here in Oakland don't play. There was trash cans burning in the middle of the street. They were sideshowing next to those burned trash cans. The motherfucking fentanyl dolphins were out there fucking sideshowing with the people that were sideshowing next to the burnt out trash cans. There was some shit going on in Oakland. I couldn't even go into 7-Eleven without first hearing RBL posse and almost getting shot at. Hey, Slurpee was no go that day. Really, right? It was all bad. Anyways, you got this guy Kulio, a rapper from Oakland that I've never heard of. And I seen him make the news twice. Okay. Now there's a lot of people saying he was locked up, that the feds actually came and swooped him up on his claims that he made on social media of being involved in 19 murders. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if this guy really got locked up because some people are saying it's truth. Some people are saying it ain't. I haven't done my research enough to look this guy up and see if he's locked up in Santa Rita. Because if he was locked up, that's where he'd go. Everyone knows if you get locked up out of Oakland, you go to Santa Rita. Anyways, this guy going on a podcast claiming 19 bodies and looking right at the camera, smirking and laughing about it like it's a cool thing to do. First of all, two wrongs don't make a right. Here's the first wrong. The first wrong is you should never talk about anything you did in the past if you've not been convicted of it. Keep that motherfucker to your chest because I'm sure it doesn't just involve him. It involves people that surround him or people that associate with him and what's going to happen to them, their families, their livelihood, their gangster. they're going to get locked up right along with you, and they're going to be pretty upset with you. 2, right? Stop being the stupid ass on the internet making outlandish claims, because now you need to stand by it. Now, the feds, the cops, or whoever's watching social media, and best believe they're watching, ask Big U, he'll tell you, right? They're going to come knocking at your door at least to question you. You know, let me tell you guys how it works. Anything that you speaketh, anything you say out your mouth, that's on you. You make your bed, Nip said, you got to lie in it, right? You better lay down, whether that motherfucker's hard as a rock or comfortable. You don't talk on social media about unresolved cases, unsolved cases, and expect they're just going to take it in light and you're just going to walk away from it. Okay, now, I don't know if this guy's locked up, if they've questioned him. I'm sure they probably questioned him. I'm sure he got swooped up for questioning, like, where you at? You and them little old 19 bodies that you say you caught. You know, why would this guy do this? I understand people want attention. And I understand that drama and negative attention on YouTube and other social media platforms is the way to go nowadays, right? Nobody cares about you trying to help a little old lady across the street. Nobody cares about you trying to save the cat out the motherfucking tree. They want to see you getting some cat. You know what I'm saying? They want to see you doing the most crazy shit you can do so everyone can point, laugh, and say, ha, ha, that motherfucker's stupid, and then swipe right. That's what happens, or swipe left. Either way, they're swiping. Swiper, no swipey. And your ass is stuck on red, all in the county jail, because you claimed to kill 19 people. Why not 20? Why not 21? Shit, why didn't you just say, fuck it, let's go for 50, a big old round number? You know, regardless if this guy truly did that or he didn't, the stupid part of the situation is claiming it. Okay, I don't know this guy from a box, a spilt malto meal, but I know this. What he did and what he said will and can be used against him in a court of law. If there's any murders in the city of Oakland or the surrounding areas that are unsolved, best believe they want to question this guy. Where's your antennas on the night of July fucking whoop-de-whoop? Okay, and if you don't have an excuse or you don't have, you know, an alibi, guess what, buddy? They could pin that on you because you said it. You're the hitter. Now, I understand a lot of these rappers nowadays, instead of letting their skills speak it, instead of going out on stage and putting a good beat to it and being that one, they need extra. They got to put crema on the tacos. They got to say, you know what? Hey, look at. I'm a decent rapper. I'm all right, bro, but I killed 19 people. Fuck with me, right? And then people are going to be like, oh, shit, that's that one guy, the one that said he did this. Let's go see what he looks like. Well, I'm going to tell you what he looks like. He's like a fat kid with a fucked up teardrop and a Cantinflas mustache. That's what he looks like. No disrespect, Mr. Killer, right? But at the end of the day, you know, I'm not surprised that this guy is just another rapper with a Pontius Pilate haircut going on social media, claiming to do things not even his fucking hero has done. You know, I don't believe it. I actually don't. You know, I looked into it. I'm like, you know, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4, right? But 19, come on, bro. Nobody's dumb enough to make that claim and walk away from it. Now, the feds are licking their chops. We have all seen what's going on with Big U and Brick Baby and Loose Cannon and Operation Drawdown and all this. And a lot of the bullshit stems from social media. You know, a lot of people are trying to play Inspector Gadget, MacGyver, and Detective who knows what his fucking name is, right? And put a conspiracy theory together that Big U was involved in Nip's murder, that he alleged to conspire to have fucking Nip hit. We don't know if that's the case, but people are literally putting that in his lap and saying he did that. Now, he hasn't been charged with it, but they're sure politicking to get him charged. You have all these dudes scrambling and running around on social media that did interviews, that threw people under the bus, that talked about open investigations or murder cases that no one knew about and put it on Big U and other associates' lap, and now are all trying to reverse course. Now they're all talking about, nah. It wasn't my channel that did that. No Jumper is claiming it wasn't us. He's not locked up because us, but you're in the indictment. You're in the indictment for 1 or 2 reasons. The first reason is because you're stupid. The second reason is because you're an investigator. You do their job for them, so the feds are just kicking back. Now, this guy, the guys that interviewed him, they didn't even have to do an investigation. He volunteered some shit. This dude literally went on and out of the blue. They're talking about music, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, yeah, so I'm a hitter, man. I caught 19 bodies. 19 hats is the way he said it, right? Dude was like, what? Bro, I was just asking you if your fucking next album sucks or not, like the last one. What happened? This guy volunteered information. Now, maybe he wants the hype. Maybe he's dropping a new album. Maybe he wants people to really know who he is. Now, Oakland is grimy and gritty and different. Okay, I've seen some real shit happen out in Oakland. Shit I can't speak on, shit I would never speak on. I've seen some shit that didn't happen in Oakland that they said happened in Oakland, and I don't know, might have happened in Alameda. Look, here's the truth. Truth of the matter is, this era, these individuals speaking on social media about unsolved cases is stupid. Never, ever, ever back in the days would you have seen someone do this. Okay, you got guys, and this is crazy, that are fighting one body, life terms, all day long, trying to get some get backs, wishing they hadn't said too much when they got interrogated, wishing their homeboy hadn't spoken to speaketh, right? And you got this motherfucker claiming 19 of them. They have 18 different reasons plus one to figure out if they can just pin one on you. Okay, and what does that get you? Clout? You're going to go to jail, and people are going to be like, this Bob also told on himself. You're not going to be trustworthy. No one's going to trust you. And not only that, this guy right here from Northern California, from Oakland, and I don't know if he claims what he claims, but I know that people were going in on him because he did music with Chito Ranas, a Southerner. Well, let me tell you, if you're from Oakland, Northern California, you could only be three things: North, South, or a BB. And ain't not near one of them groups, right, is going to want to fuck with you because you can't hold your mud, homie. You want to speak things into existence or tell on yourself. So you think anyone's going to trust you in prison? If you get there like, hey, look, hey, that's the homie that told on himself, got 19. Yeah, you can kick it with us. We're going to do a pegada. Don't tell on us. You think they're not going to, no one's going to want to fuck with you. They're going to call you the class clown. Look at this stupid idiot, man. I'm over here trying to fucking get an appeal on one. This Vato's over here telling on himself about 19. They're going to look at you as a stooge, the fourth stooge. One, Larry, Curly, Mo, and fucking Kulio. There you go. Now, it's up to you to believe it or not. Ripley's believe it or not. Do you believe this guy caught 19? That was like when they claimed Big U knocked out 32 Southsiders. I didn't believe it. I called bullshit a bullshit, right? That's just because I have an understanding of the streets, having lived in those motherfuckers for a long time and around some heavy hitters and real killers. And I tell you, this guy doesn't have killer written all over him. He has a funny mustache written all over him. I thought Bozo had the funniest mustache on YouTube until I said I seen Kulio, the Thuglife Kulio. His shit is parted. He has a part in the middle of his mustache. I don't know if his mustache is going left or right, but it's going, okay? And regardless of the way he looks, because anyone is capable of picking up a tool and putting in some work. Everyone is capable of Steph Curry pulling up and pop. You like that Oakland reference, right? Everyone's could kill someone. Not everybody, but most people can if they're forced into a situation. But to sit there and make outlandish claims, I understand about the drama. I understand about social media and it's an animal, but why would you feed that beast? Why would you place blame on yourself? Now, I understand that there's been people in the past that feel remorse, that feel like, hey, I got something to get off my chest. And they just like, you know what? I don't deserve to be in the position I am out here wiggling around. I can't take the conscience anymore. I can't take, the voices at night or whatever. They're sweating like a motherfucker, right? And they get up there and they admit to all kinds of shit. They get convicted. They go do their time. They disappear. We never hear about them. But this guy seems like he's just going to make a claim, oh, I got 19 bodies, fool, yeah, and then go to the next social media platform. And this is his way to stand out amongst everyone else. And he's standing out and looking stupid. Now, if it comes to light that this dude did catch anything, it's because he put himself in a position for people to look at him. Now, most of the time, 1, 2, 3, maybe quite possibly you can get away with some shit. Nowadays, it's hard to get away with one. How the fuck you getting away with 19? You would think that that there's bodies popping up all over that they're going to be watching you. Someone's going to say something that said something. It's just that's the way the world works. That's how it is. I don't believe this guy. I don't believe he looks softer than Charmin, right? He doesn't look like the type of individual, and I'm not judging a book by its cover. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just saying, me personally, the way he spoke on it, the way he acted, the way he smiled and act nonchalantly about it, either he's really, really got me confused and he's got some fucking psychopathic tendencies, or he's just saying anything like the 6ix9ine character. They say anything to make people see who they are. Now, all of a sudden, he's on going viral. Now people are watching. Now I'm doing a video about him. Before, I wouldn't even throw a rock at this guy. I'd have just kept on walking. No one cared or no one knew. Shout out to the city of Oakland. Shout out to real hitters out there. Shout out to real ones that are doing their thing. I ain't mad at you and I want no issues, right? But this guy, I take it as a grain of salt. He's just another guy on social media making claims and trying to work the system and get some views and get some popularity. He's a hot Tua girl. How about that? He's a fucking catch me outside. How about that girl, right? Because at the end of the day, and this is the true story, a lot of these people that get the social media recognition and this claim and they blow up and they go viral, besides Bad Baby, I don't know how they stuck with her, but they stuck with her. The Hawk Tour girl, you can't even find her. She's working as a local street vendor selling Swedish fucking hot dogs right now somewhere. How about that? Hawk Tour that, right? This guy is going to come and go. You got Northerners that are saying, hey, we don't fuck with this dude. This dude's doing songs with Southerners, Chito Ranas, and this, and that. So obviously, man, he got to lay low if he's in Northern California wiggling because they're tripping. Especially coming out of Oakland. There's some real motherfuckers from the dirty 30s out there, right? And then you got Southerners who are like, we don't fuck with this Bob. So look at his haircut, eh? About that looks like fucking, he sells fucking Caesar dressing. About that looks like fucking Pontius Pilate. We're cool. And then you got people that are real intrigued by, do you think he could have done it? Do you think he has it in him? Anyone could do something, but the very, very, very few are going to talk about it, especially on social media. I don't know what type of popularity this guy wanted to gain. I don't know, but one thing I know for sure is speaking on certain shit like that's going to have the feds looking or knocking at his door. Now, I heard he got locked up. Let me know if that's true, because some guy got on last night on the live talking about, you and Dubs are full of shit. This guy never got locked up. I didn't even say he did. This is my first video on him. I just finally decided to do something on this fucking dude on the small channel. In fact, I don't know, like I said, if this guy's getting locked up, if he's not locked up. But I could definitely see him by making those claims, them investigating it. That's what happened with Big U. He was fine. He was running his charity. Now, if he was bamboozling people out of money and doing that, the street energy, the karma will catch up to you. And it definitely caught up to Big U if he's guilty of these alleged crimes, right? But none of this shit, his name wouldn't even been on the radar if you didn't have Whack 100 speaking on him constantly, Loose Cannon speaking on him constantly, all the dead homies, Brick Baby mentioning him a time or two. A lot of people are saying Brick Baby told, right? Or that Brick Baby got sealed indictments and he's telling. To be totally honest with you, it does look a little dirty in the game. He has 4 gun cases out of fucking Georgia he hasn't been convicted on, nor has he went to court on. There's some real skeptical shit. They don't just seal documents to seal documents. There's some telling shit going on, right? But I didn't really see him too much speaking on Big U's name concerning things. These other guys were, and you even got 600, Officer 600 pointing fingers talking about Big U's a Fed informant, yet the whole operation was to lock him up. They usually don't lock up the guy who's working with them, right? They might, you might be a side note, but you're usually not. They don't make a whole fucking investigation, operation drawdown and pinpoint on you if you're working with them. You're usually working with them to help yourself out, right? So I don't know, man, again, but this guy, Kulio the Fulio, right? That's what I call him, Kulio the Fulio, definitely is someone who's seeking clout and attention, and he's going to get the unwanted attention he wants. Because now he got all these gangsters like, oh, you're like that? You're like that, huh? You're like that. I got a homeboy that passed, homie, that no one knows who did that. Oh, you're like that, right? Now he's going to have gang members, real gangsters wanting to test his ability because he claims to be something he could or could not be, right? Now you're going to have the authorities knocking at your door wanting to investigate and find out why you would say something so stupid like that. He better have an alibi for every day of 19 different murders, right? I'm telling you the truth here, right? This is the way it goes down. Look what happened to fucking Big U. He's locked up because of some shit some other people said. This is how it is. Now, when you don't see Big U claiming murders, he's like, I ain't done shit, homie. I'll take this shit to the box. Let's go ride it out to the honeycomb, hide it out. But this guy, this youngster, this new gangster era social media shit is nuts. Yeah, man, I got 19 hats. Dude was like, oh, is that right? I got 100. He was like, you do? And he was like, what do you mean 19 hats? Yeah, bodies and shit. What the fuck are you talking about, stupid? Why would you even say that? And I don't say stupid loosely. Really stupid to do that and say that. That's the truth. Anyways, with that being said, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this guy that Kulio the Fulio, Thuglife, that claims 19 bodies really did that or could have done that? Or do you think he's just another clout chaser, another dude that popped up out the bushes that no one ever heard of, that did one song in the back of a Denny's parking lot with Chito Ranas, right? And we're talking about, hey, that's his claim to fame, man. Yeah, man, I'm on a song with Chito Ranas. Chito Ranas ain't even on a song with himself. He's still trying to sell albums, right? Come on now, bro. Stop it. Anyways, with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this guy's capable and he did it? Or do you think it's just another situation where you have a youngster claiming the fame He's going to shoot himself in the. You ain't going to shoot 19 people. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot. The feds are watching. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of all people. Let me know what's up with this dude. I don't even know if he's a hitter like that or recognized in Oakland. See, when I think Oakland, I think big black dudes, gold teeth. Man, shout out to the homeboy Whammo. That's who I think. This guy,